Gregg Popovich, the NBA's all-time wins leader, retires after 29 seasons as the San Antonio Spurs head coach. And what a coach he is, right? It's interesting because look at his name, Popovich. Look how it's kind of like Pope. You see that? And we had the Pope who just passed not long ago, right? Popovich, Pope. I'm telling you, the world is ran on this language, and I prove it daily. And there you go again, right? Popovich, Pope. Notice how Popovich retires after 29 seasons. American professional basketball executive and former coach who is the president for the San Antonio Spurs of the NBA. Look at it, 29 seasons. Look at his birthday, January 28, the first month, 28th day. 1 plus 28 is 29. Even his full name in gematria equals 92. Gregg Charles Popovich. And that's 29 reversed. So you get the 29 seasons. 1 plus 28 is 29 on the birthday. And his full name, numerical value attached to the letter full name equals 92. And that's reverse reduction. We've been getting a lot of these 92s and 29s lately. Trending. Tyrese Halliburton. His birthday's 2/29. February 29th. Look at his first name. 92 and 29 in the language. And he was trending with his father getting in the face of Giannis or whatever. In that closeout game against the Bucks. Even the game was on the 29th. Jacob Anthony DeGrom trending with this win over the Athletics, I believe it was. But I have the breakdown on my channel. Look at the middle name, Anthony. 92 and 29. United Parcel Service, UPS, trending because they're closing a bunch of facilities. And they reduce the amount of Amazon shipments that they handle. Trending. Amazon 92 and 29. United Parcel Service 92 and 209. 209 is like 29. Parcels equals 29. All of this stuff trending. You see, and then we get another 29.92 with Popovich. There's more trending 92s, 29s. Derek Carr speaks on people lying about him. Gives a sermon at a church. Talks about his shoulder injury. Derek equals 92 and 29. Church equals 29. Josh Connerly Jr., drafted by the Commanders, trending. Connerly 92. The Kings name Doug Christie as their head coach, remove the interim tag. Named head coach moving forward. Doug Christie, Sacramento Kings 92. Trump equals 29. Trump's always trending, right? And you'll see a connection with Popovich here. So, and you see some of these stories. Again, you get the 92 and 29, right? All trending. And that was the 29th pick, Josh Connerly Jr. You see that? 29th pick in the NFL draft trending for the Commanders. And remember his name, 92. So we get all of these 92s and 29s. And it hits again with Popovich. There's the Doug Christie story. I told you Trump equals 29. You see how these two characters have been trending related to each other in the past. NBA coach takes game presser as a platform to slam Trump. See that with the connection? And you get that 29 again. 29 seasons for Pop. 128 birthday, 1 plus 28, 29, full name equals 92. So you see the connection with Trump. Also, Popovich retires Friday, and Friday was the second day of the 5th month. Remember, he had a stroke not long ago. Stroke equals 25, Trump equals 25. I pulled this from another breakdown that I did on when he had the stroke. And Spurs has the S like stroke, but Trump and stroke, 25 like the second day of the 5th month. Now he retires on the second day of the 5th month. So look how that comes together from this prior breakdown that I pulled here. And you see how these other connections with Trump with that breakdown. Look at that. All right. So the second day of the 5th month, he retires. You see how it syncs up with the stroke he had, Trump. You even have on Friday with this retirement, you even have 52 date numerology that syncs up with the date. 5/2/2025. Added up, you get 52. Friday, 52, May 2nd. Popovich steps down as coach of the Spurs, ending a 3-decade run that saw him lead the team to 5 NBA championships. Anyways, we'll get into that more. San Antonio equals 122 in the language. He retires on the 122nd day of the year. Amazing how that works, right? So don't get freaked out there. This is just how the world operates, okay? These stories, they're pumped out of some kind of computer, whatever kind of computer you want to call it. Okay? Computers are numbers. You see the numerical values here. This is the ordinal cipher. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3. There's only 4 base ciphers I use to show you this code with the English language. You have reverse, and then you have reduction going forwards and also in reverse. So there's 4 base ciphers. And this is undeniable that he retires on the 122nd day of the year. Team San Antonio equals 122. I mean, you can't deny that. He retires 94 days after his birthday, and retires equals 94. And that would be a 95-day span. So he retires 94 days after his birthday. From his birthday to his retirement, start to end is 95 days. Retires also equals 95. And you see ordinal and reverse coming into play there. 94 days after his birthday, he's born in 1949. 49 is that 94 reversed. Don't forget the Pope died one day after Easter. Easter equals 94 in the language. Remember the language, Popovich, Pope, trending, not a coincidence. So 5 NBA championships, became the league's all-time wins leader and earn induction into the Basketball Hall of Fame. While my love and passion for the game remain, I've decided it's time to step away as head coach, Popovich said. He will remain as team president. Mitch Johnson, a Spurs assistant who filled in for Popovich for the season's final 77 games, becomes the team's head coach. Popovich missed all but 5. So he missed all but 5 games this season. 5 NBA championships. And he's in his 77th year of life. Okay? And he missed all but 5 games. So the other guy stepped in for 77 games. So the assistant filled in for 77 games this season, and Popovich is in his 77th year of life. And you see he had the stroke November 2nd. Amazing, right? Because you're 76, so you're in your 77th year of life because you're 1 year old, you live a year. Or you're born and you're 0, right? You live a year, you turn 1. You're entering your 2nd year of life, though. So his 77th year of life, coached 5 games, missed 77, and 5 championships. So you get the 5 and the 5, you get the 77, you get the 77. Easy money. Easy money. And I have this other breakdown that I just wanted to pull up just to show you. This is what I do. It's nice when I can bring up these prior breakdowns. See, stroke earlier this month. I think that was November, if I'm not mistaken. And you see how that connect. How, the stroke on November 2, 112. Donald equals 112. So, and remember that 29 connection that we had in this updated breakdown. You see Donald's got 50 like Gregg Popovich. Remember 29th season, Trump 29. See, Popovich calls Trump a soulless coward. Here's the real reason Gregg Popovich hates Donald Trump. Popovich on Donald Trump. You see that? And it connected with Kamala as well. There's that slide that I pulled for our current breakdown. Politics, 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 fake world, fake world, fake world. You see Gregg Popovich, 148, like San Antonio. Donald J. Trump, 148. And remember, we had the 94-49 connection. He retired 94 days after his birthday. Kamala Harris, 49. But look, her last birthday, the 294th day of the year. Vice President, 149. Remember, Popovich, born in 49. Okay? That's how we begin with. We don't need to watch that old slide, but I mean, that's how we do it over on this channel. Know what I'm saying? It's just not a coincidence whatsoever. And there's probably more connections. We're obviously not perfect over here. He even got married in 76. And he's age 76 right now as he retires. He got married to Erin Popovich in 70. Ooh, RIP to her. Look, the anniversary of her death just a couple of weeks ago. Just a couple of weeks ago. And notice she died the 18th day of the 4th month back in 2018. So that's 184. She died 184, the 18th day of the 4th month. 184. Remember, Gregg Popovich 148 in the language. Donald J. Trump 148 in the language. That's a little on the fly, and that again is not a coincidence. The world is fake, y'all. It doesn't mean the characters don't die, it doesn't mean they don't retire. This stuff it exposes the language. We have a code here that hits, and look at this. The most by any coach. He also won 170 playoff games with the Spurs, the most by any coach with one team, and the third most overall behind Phil Jackson's 229 and Pat Riley's 171. So 229 with Phil Jackson, like 29, right? With all the 29s and 92s that we already hit on. Good God Almighty. That, yeah, absolutely undeniable. And they give us a lot of paragraphs that we're not going to go through right there. But I will run back on the slides. And this stuff just hit very nice and easy. Popovich synced up with the Pope trending at the same time. If I look into the Pope a little bit more, obviously there's connections with the Pope and Trump. I see that Trump just everyone's all offended. They said he posted a AI pic of himself as the Pope or like the new Pope or whatever. That is trending like right now. If you want to go check that out. Popovich, Pope with the language. And remember, we got the Trump connection, all the 92s and 29s. You get all that duality as well. 9229. Amazing. Gregg Popovich, the NBA's all-time wins leader, retires after 29 seasons as San Antonio Spurs coach. I appreciate being able to do this. I appreciate anybody who watches this. If there's any real people out there, drop some comments, ask questions. Don't be afraid. It's a fake world we live. Okay? I said that I'm not perfect. There's going to be some more connections, but that's going to be this breakdown. Again, Popovich, the NBA's all-time wins leader, retires after 29 seasons as San Antonio Spurs head coach. Until next time.